No, that's my part.
What is it?
Ready? Me.
Yeah. That's so bad.
Remember when we did that?
Guys, this is just going to be an episode of sadness and memories, friends. Vanilla Water.
It's
Episode
gonna be
number...
me crying and Ethan going, yeah, so remember that one time?
You remember that one time that Tanner said a curse word?
That was like 2 episodes
I know
ago.
it was. Let me see. Vanilla Water, episode number 69.
69.
Nice. We're filming it.
I still don't know why.
It's pretty easy. Well, Tanner was like...
Hang on, post for a thumbnail?
We
right.
just got it there, too. We've got a second...
Post for a thumbnail on there?
Are you recording this on there, too?
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
gonna
just because I want to have like a picture.
Are you gonna record it the whole time?
No.
No, I was about to...
We got the thumbnail.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, sorry.
There goes your... Okay, you just knocked over.
Oh,
That's a headlamp.
that's what you had we need to talk about that stupid fire drill thing that happened.
Yeah, we do. Guys, this is the Vanilla Water Podcast. This is episode number 69. This is it. It's the last
Series
one.
finale.
It's crazy. Series finale. The end of, for right now, Vanilla Water. And Tanner's on his phone. I think this is the best part.
Sorry.
I think the best part is that now that we have a camera, we get to stay on top of one another, making sure we're listening attentive.
Get off me.
and
You're not
ready.
on top of me.
Okay.
Pause. Oh.
Drinking water. No, Tanner keeps getting on my butt. I decided to record this.
Hang on, man.
Okay.
What's with all the innuendos?
Tanner decided. Okay. I wanted to record this because I was like, it's the very last episode. I've always wanted to do it, type of thing. And always wanted to record it because, like all the famous podcasters record their episodes at the same time that they actually do their episodes, right?
Sure.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to keep pointing at the camera because now we have this. Now
Are you
we
going
have
to
this
just pull a
camera.
John Krasinski and look at the camera the whole time?
And just be like, yeah, see, now when people have the visual references, they'll know. But I
yeah,
was
let's
like-
just do a completely visual podcast.
And that's it. And then people are just going to be physically upset when they're like, what in the world? No, but I just decided, I was like, I want to film this just for the sake of it. I was like, we've never done a filmed episode. It's the very last one. I'll probably put a link to this on YouTube because I'm going to put this up on YouTube and then also put it to our
I didn't even know
Patreon
you had a
subscribers.
YouTube channel.
I do.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Give it to the patrons.
Give it to the patrons, and of course it'll be for the public too. But the patrons, I'll probably make it public, schedule it to come out for when this episode comes out on Spotify, and the patrons will get to see this first. So for those of you who are watching, I got you there, who are watching this.
I'm laughing because I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching.
You never know.
Yeah, you're right.
If we sent the link to your dad, he would probably watch it in a heartbeat. Actually, I don't know. He might listen to it. Who knows? But essentially, here's the episode. Space. This is where we do it.
Hand
I've got
movements.
my couch. Hand movements. Tanner's got his little chair, and the cord goes under my legs, and this is it. This is the space. This is the area. But for the last episode, what are we gonna do? I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you so much. How many times? It's the last time I'll make
We
that
should
joke.
have. Man.
We should have made an episode that was just like 2 minutes
Just-
long, and it's just
oh.
us doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I think this episode is probably going to be a lot of reminiscing. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be a lot of. I think we should look back, or not. I think what we'll need to do is we're going to look back at some of the episodes that we thought were our favorite, why they were the funniest, kind of just have a good old walk down memory lane. But before we do that,
We have a sponsor.
we have a sponsor, and that sponsor is Black
Black
Market,
Market
Jerseys.
jerseys.
I swear. We're just doing everything.
Oh, boy.
All the memories. But no. Before we do that, I think we should talk about our weeks because we did have some funny stuff that happened.
You think it's funny.
I do think it's hilarious.
not funny.
I think it's hilarious. And so, where do we start? Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I mean, there's nothing really big that like happened to me.
Yeah.
Was there anything big that happened specifically to you?
Not really.
We can kind of just talk about what happened on. when
on
was
this
it?
specific
Not
night.
talking about open house.
No.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're talking about open house. Let me see. So Sunday, nothing happened besides nothing happened. Monday, okay, you've heard us talk about this before. It's the most coveted event that all of C of O's campus has, and that is men's open house as well as women's open house. It's
The
still
most
pretty
coveted?
Yeah, it's like the most important. We've talked about that, because it's the time that all the men go crazy and like bake goodies and you know that. Okay, get this. There's some guys that take it a little too seriously, and that was definitely some of the men at Youngman. They made.
Do they do speed dating again?
No, it is something worse. They had a
Oh.
paid thrift store.
A paid thrift store? What do you mean paid thrift store?
Some of the guys went and bought women's clothing from a thrift shop and sold it.
What? Why?
I don't know.
They actually
They
sold
actually
it.
did. Like, I got to see if there's photos of it on. Not got to see. There's.
What makes you think that that's a...
Where was it?
I thought you couldn't sell stuff. I thought you could...
I don't know. Hold on. For all I know, I think it was the Outlook that put it out there. The Outlook. Here we go. Posts. Outlook, February 17th.
Because I feel like my roommate was like, yeah, I'm going to sell coffee for men's open house. But then, like, word got out that he was going to do it, and he couldn't do it.
Really?
Or something like that. I don't know. Very
The
strange.
Phoenix. That is a private social group that's helps the ease of pains of rebirth. It's a thing. Trust me. I don't know.
What did you look up?
I don't know. I have no idea. It was a thing. I saw it. It was like in one of the, the end hallways in Youngman that have like the really big openings and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's where they
had,
did the speed dating.
Exactly. They had like hangers. They had like why can't I put my finger on it? Racks. They had like hanging racks that people had clothes on, and I was like, oh, great.
That's weird.
Yep.
I don't like that.
And it might not. Well, but no, it had like a $5 rack, $7 rack. Like, what are you trying to do? Where do you get all this? A, B. Why are you selling it? C. It's a little creepy.
Who's paying for it in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe
Why-
they would just have like a sibling or something that was like, here's
I got
my
old clothes.
You want my old clothes? And one guy's like,
you know how,
let's
like,
just do. Let's make that.
Girls use Instagram for like selling their clothes. Everyone and their mother has a clothes account.
Amen.
Maybe they just found someone on there who's like, hey, I'll take all your clothes for like $20. Like, might as well. Maybe they
I'm
did
trying
that.
to see if I could find it because it's bothering me. I want to show it to you, but I digress. I'll keep trying to find it if I can. I digress. It was just kind of weird. But men's open house.
Wait,
in
why were
Barrett-
you at Youngman?
I wasn't. It was a photo on like the Phoenix.
okay, gotcha.
On the, it might have been on Instagram. I'll find it here in a minute. I'll let you kind of speak about things in your room. But men's open house for Barrett Hall is always anticlimactic. Nothing really happens. We talked about it last year. For those of you who were here last year, no.
Just laughing at people who were here last year.
But it's the same thing. I will admit, and I'm going to point my kids out and point Paige Steelman out. I invited,
Paige.
Yeah, Paige.
Pointing to you.
Yeah. I invited people over to my room. I invited my whole Character Camp family, which is 12, minus the 3 dudes that are in it, which is 9. Math.
Why didn't
Paige
you
and
invite
10.
the dudes?
Well, because they were in their own rooms. Why would they? I invited them. I was like, hey,
fair
you
enough.
guys should come see my room. And I talked to some of them, and they're like, yeah, I want to come see your room. We got to see all the
Nobody
Lego
did.
sets. 2 people showed up.
Nice.
2 people showed up. And I was like,
Maybe you're not as loved as you thought.
amen. No, but the funniest
jeez.
part is let me see.
What
Well,
was
you
the
you
funniest
talk
part?
about your. Actually, no. A quick part of mine is I had my room all open, all that kind of fun jazz, and
Yeah.
a bunch of these girls just came in here like freshmen. They're like, "Whoa, look at your room! It's so nice." I was like, "Thank you," and then they were like,
It's very strange.
"Yeah, it is."
Did you know them?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I met them. But they were like, whoa, do you do a podcast? I was just like, yeah, I do. And they're like, what? I was like, yes, I do a podcast. And they're like, what's the name of it? How do you do it? I was like, I got 2 mics. We use these and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, what is it? I was like, it's called Vanilla Water.
Were they this excited and you were this scared?
It was seriously, I wasn't scared. I was more just like,
Just
yeah,
like,
we do this.
We have a podcast.
I was just like, yeah, we do this. And then the funniest part is that they're like, oh, we're going to subscribe to it. I was like, it's ending on Sunday. And they're like, what? No. I was like, yeah. I was
Should have
like,
told them that, man.
I was like, you could listen to the other episodes though. So it's pretty funny. But
I wonder how many people on this campus just know that we have a podcast. Not listen to
many.
it, but probably just
not
know.
many. I'd say
you know?
a good solid 100 people know.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but a lot of people who just
Not
like
of that 100.
in the back
only
of the
10
river.
listen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. We might have more than that.
What are you looking at?
Sorry, you see that little nub that's like in the microwave?
What'd you just
this
call
happens
me?
all the This happens all the time, by the way. There's like a little nub there at the bottom left corner of my microwave. You see what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Well, so talk about your room.
Okay.
Well, I try to see if I can find this picture on Instagram because
Okay.
I want to show you. I'm not
Well,
crazy.
Men's open house started at 7, and I got off work at 8. So I'm walking back, and I'm walking back to my room, and kind of like what Ethan said, like it's not very busy at Barrett. So I'm walking up the stairs, and I just hear, I hear
The murmurs
the
of women
murmurs
through
of
the
yearning,
halls. What?
and so not too much stuff's going on. I passed Colton Woody's room. He's kind of having a
Party.
kind of partay.
I just wanted to get snacks from his room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it. They had a lot
You
of
just
snacks.
walk the halls. You roam the halls
No,
looking for snacks.
That's part of it. We have to, we have to go in it.
Yeah,
keep,
right,
Keep
right.
speaking. Keep speaking.
But so I walk into my room, and I knew that I was like, hey, Jordan, my roommate, was like, hey, I won't be back at the room until 8. So anything you wanted to do for open house, go ahead and do it. He's like, yeah, I might have some family over. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe he has a brother that like commutes. So I was thinking like he might show up, and I don't know. That was kind of it.
Oh, his brother commutes?
Yeah.
That's why I've never seen him.
Yeah, well, he's like married, and he's like 26, 27,
What?
something like that. His brother is, yeah.
What? But I thought he had a younger brother.
No.
It's an older brother?
Yeah, he's got.
Well, he's got the oldest brother that went here and graduated from here.
Yeah,
He was
I didn't meet
Barrett's-
him.
Yeah, he was in the room. I'm pretty sure.
No, that wasn't his oldest brother. He has 3 older brothers. I love how we're just diving into Jordan's family history.
Continue.
Okay.
I'm confused now. Sorry, continue.
So I was just thinking like, oh, might see his brother, whom I've met before because like he was in the room at one point. So I walk back, and there's these 2 people in there that I've never seen before in my life. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? He goes, oh, hey. And then I walk in the room even more, and there's 2 other people in there that I've never seen before. I'm like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, are you guys Jordan's family? And they go, yeah. It was, I guess he had 3 of his siblings in there, and one of their spouses. I was like, wow, like you got the whole clan here. So we talked a little bit, and then his mom and dad showed up with another one of his siblings.
Yeah.
and we just had
It was a family.
We had a gay
yeah, it
old
was a family
time,
get
man.
Together. They actually brought some really good cookies. Really
Yeah,
good
they
with
were good.
peanut butter cups on top
Yeah.
of them. But probably the funniest interaction I think that we had is that I had 4 interactions with the Lyle family.
Yes.
With the Lyle family, and that was when open house first started for me. I was making spam and rice because I had eaten dinner, didn't have time.
Who eats spam?
It was really good. It's just bologna.
How do you make spam?
You just fry it.
You fried it in your room?
No.
Oh, in the kitchen downstairs. Okay.
And so it had started, and I was just like, well, I'm technically supposed to be on my floor. I was like, but there's nobody
Gotta
coming
make
to my
some
room.
spam.
I was like, I need to make my spam. So I'm waiting, and I see Jordan come up, and then this girl that I'd seen before, because she goes to the bridge, name's Tiffany, which I later found out was was his sister.
That's his sister.
I didn't
Yep.
know that they were related. You
Yeah.
know, it's really awkward. I thought that they were dating. I really did. I was like, oh wow, they hang out a lot. I didn't even think about them being siblings. So if
You
you're
didn't think
listening or
they looked
watching,
alike? I think that
I
they
don't
all look
stare.
alike.
I don't stare at them frequently.
Okay, I do.
You
so
do. Well, granted, you were.
I live with the man.
You
so.
were. You were at like your little desk area, and then they were just all right in front of you. So I would expect nothing
Well,
less.
I felt bad because like they were all standing up, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go sit at my desk.
Yeah.
I was very overwhelmed.
I could tell you were very quiet, but that was probably the funniest thing. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Tiffany. I'm Jordan's sister." I almost said brother. I was like, "Oh," and then
Oh.
there's another guy that was apparently was an RA on third floor in Barrett, because he walked in and he's just like, I see you're really keeping this place up nice. I was like, well, yeah, we try to. And
Also Jordan's sibling?
also Jordan's sibling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that must have been, I don't know their ages, but two of his brothers were there.
Yeah,
So.
and then there's another brother who I'd seen before that looks a little younger than his other brother that was an RA that must be the married one.
Yeah.
Because I don't see him on
Yeah.
campus that often. I don't know. It's just there was a whole, and then it was like Jordan's younger sister too, right?
Yeah,
There's
she
Tiffany,
showed up.
which I remember her name, and her younger sister.
I couldn't tell you their names.
It was
one of
so-
them's named Nate. That's the one I know. But
The brothers or sisters?
who do you think?
Yeah, you didn't specify. You didn't specify, but I digress.
Well, the reason we brought it up is because, like, you know, total power move bringing your parents to open house.
Amen.
You know,
Kudos
and
to
it was
him.
just like, a family get together.
It was.
And they were like, yeah. They were talking about Jordan's car. He just bought a car.
He did.
And like,
It's a nice car.
It was a good time. I felt like, dang.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think the funniest part was is that like we walked in and there wasn't as many Lyles. And then we walked in again, and then there was more Lyles.
Mm-hmm.
And then we walked in the last time, and there's all of the Lyles, and we're like, "What the?" And Zach and I were like, "Wow, there's a lot."
There was, I guess Nate's character camp family, like at least some of his siblings, like showed up. So there's like 12 people in our room at one point.
Ironically, your guys' room was the most poppin' room of this entire floor, except for the people across the hallway. They had a party going on, but they were
really?
the Aggies. They were the Aggies, so they all hung out.
I
But it was
gotcha.
so
I
funny.
gotcha.
And you know what the funniest part was too is that I saw Jordan, I saw Tiffany, and I saw their younger sister all today at church. I was
Oh,
just
really?
like, hey. And
Nice.
like the younger sister waved at me, and I talked to Tiffany a little bit. I was just like, wow, these random people that I would have never met until open house.
That's
But,
great.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it was a good time.
but that was it. That was your
Yeah. That was my
excursion.
character camp.
Yeah,
Or
open
character
house.
camp. Open house
Open house.
experience.
Open house was boring for me.
You just
I walked around,
back and forth.
Ate Spam and rice. I watched some Seinfeld on my TV, and
Nice.
that's it.
You had those freshman
It's
women
freshman
visit.
women
That
come
was
in.
Very strange.
That's about it. Layla. One of them's name was Layla.
Okay.
I did know Layla. But so let me see. Anything else happened that was interesting in the week? Because
the fire drill.
that wasn't a drill, buddy. That wasn't a drill. So here's the story. And on top of that, did you know? Well, I'll get into that. So I think it's Thursday night. Originally Thursday at 9, we were supposed to have our fire drill for all the dorms. You know, where they all pull the fire alarms at one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if I could say that. If I did, oops. It's not happening anymore because they had to postpone
Past.
it.
Who cares?
They had to postpone it. I don't know when it's going to be as of right now. But we're supposed to have that. They canceled it because of the snow and ice or snice. And probably
Snice.
the funniest part is that I was like, I'm going to stay up till like 1:30 and play video games or something like that. So I was staying up with Connor, one of the RAs at third floor, as well as Zach and I. We were all playing Destiny. And when
Fun.
it was fun. It was fun, actually. Probably going to play it after this. But we were playing games. All of a sudden, Connor just disappears out of nowhere. Like, just gone. He's like, hey, I'll be back. And he's
Connor or
gone.
Connor's video game character?
No, Connor.
Okay.
He's just gone. And we're like, okay. I text him. I'm like, where are you? And then around 1:45 rolls around, and all of a sudden I hear my door open, and I'm like, what the heck? In walks Colt, the RD of the dorm, and Connor. And Colt goes, surprise, it's bed checks. I was like, oh, he's like, I expected you to be awake. I was like, okay. So, you know, because as RAs, we have to go through and we have to check people's beds every once in a while or
Make sure
every
they're
week, whatever you want to believe.
there.
Make sure the people are there. So we go through people's rooms and everything. Like, I walked up to you. I
Walked up to our
you,
room.
and I want to tell you, you smell better in your sleep. I thought that
I
was
also
gonna be
taste
funny.
better.
I thought that was going to be funnier. But,
This is shocking.
I know. But no, I saw you, like, it was funny. I was like, I want to go into Tanner and Jordan's room. I was just like, I'm going in there. So I open up the door and I like shine my light on you and I was just like, he's there. And you're like pushed up against the wall. Like,
Did you see me with my mask on?
I did not, because your head was
Oh,
facing the
maybe it
wall.
fell off at that
you were probably, but you were like, what is okay? You want to hear one of the laziest things too about open house?
Sure.
Tanner calls. No, not sure. Tanner,
do you
This is
mean?
for the people. Okay.
Okay.
Tanner calls me or texts me and
Oh.
says, "Hey, will you come to my room really quick? I got something important to show you." I'm like, "What is it?" And he's like, "Just come here." And
Oh
he wanted
no!
me
I
to
said
give-
like, "Hey, I'm doing drugs in my room. Come
No,
come make sure."
I swear, dummy. But he was like, "Hey, can you hand me my mask?" I was like, "Is that really why you needed me?"
Well, you
Why
did.
why does your sleep mask need to plug in?
It's Bluetooth. It's got headphones in it. I listen to rain noises
Does
when
it
I
play
sleep.
it on your eyes?
No, it like wraps around my head and it's got little speakers.
Okay.
It's nice. You're not supposed to go to bed with headphones in. It's like bad for your ears or something. And like so, I go to bed
You're going
early.
to bed with headphones in?
Yeah, like I like
Great.
I like listening to rain
love
noises,
that.
the
I mean,
sounds of the African
Whoa.
rainforest.
Whoa, hey, whoa. I digress. But
What were we talking?
so that
Oh,
was
the
that. But a fire drill. So we go through bed checks, and Zach and I are getting ready to come in here, and I'm getting ready to turn off Destiny. And all of a sudden, we start hearing the beep. See, here's the thing: it's delayed. As soon as the fire alarm goes off, it like starts on one end of the hallway and travels down. And I was just like, "Is that the fire alarm?" And then
that
we have
noise?
it right in our room because we have the RA/handicap room.
Oh,
And
sure.
it's just blaring. I'm like, "You have to be kidding me!" And it's like 2 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I was like, okay, well, I put on I was like, this can't be real. So I put on all my nice, like, whatever clothes. And the thing is now is that technically as an RA, we're not supposed to, like, get people out of their rooms because that's the fire department's job. So people come out, we have to be like,
Oh,
leave. But we
interesting.
can't knock on people's doors anymore type of thing. Or we're not supposed to because technically that makes sense. It is the job of a first responder to do that. But so we go outside, we're
enough.
getting ready. People were so upset. They're like, why is this
It's 2
happening?
o'clock.
I was like, yeah, but
It was also like 15 degrees outside.
exactly. But here's the deal: it's a fire alarm. It wasn't a drill. Someone turns to me and goes, "Is this a drill?" I was like,
You really think
at
it's
2 in the morning. I was like, at 2 in the morning, you really think it's a drill? And on top
Do
of
we
that,
know what happened?
Yeah, I do know what happened. It was a
Okay.
sensor. There was a sensor that's messed up. So there was a pretty darn good chance that 30 minutes later we were gonna have to go outside again. Yeah, and it was so funny because one of the guys walks up to me and goes, "What the f is happening?" And it was just like the fire alarms are going off, and it's not a drill. I don't know why. And then another guy goes, "Will you mark me off the list? I want to go into plaster where it's warm so I don't get frigid and die." I was like, I turned to this man, I looked him right in the eyes and said, "Plaster's closed. It's 2 a.m." and I was just like, that's hilarious.
Wait, yeah, you're right.
So, but yeah, that happened, and that was really funny. And
Yeah,
so
it also stunk.
I was up till 4 because I was just like, I'm gonna stay awake just in case. I'm like, I'm not about to, get all cozy, comfy in bed, and then just have to go right out again.
You
And-
just hit that sweet spot and you just hear.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it was going to be. And then ended up staying up till 4 because I was in the zone with homework and wanted to get it done. And weekend happened.
You know what happens to people who don't show up? Like, you call roll.
We have to call you. We have to call you, or we have to let the first responders know that you're still in the building, type of thing.
So like, I'm not going to name any names, men. He slept through it.
Yeah. Some of our RAs, I'm going to name names, but some of our RAs slept
Screw
through
it. Last episode, name
No,
names.
No. Some of our RAs slept through it.
Really?
Yeah. We're
Don't
like,
they have?
No, because they're not in the same rooms that we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it was very odd, but there's no repercussion to it. There's nothing much to it. So it's really
I'm wondering if I should have just slept through it.
weird. Like you could have. It's so loud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really wasn't that loud from our room,
Yeah, lucky.
but yeah,
Lucky.
you got the fire
I wish.
thing in there.
But well, I think we need to transition over to memories because we're getting close to 40 minutes already. Crazy.
What's
Crazy.
the Memories song? Isn't there a song
Memories.
called Memories?
The drinks bring back all the memories.
Oh,
The memories bring back you.
never heard that.
Yeah, it's by Maroon 5.
Oh,
All the drinks that I remember. Please don't get us.
that was bad.
Stop. All right, here we go. I just
Oh,
kind
we're
of want to
just gonna
start.
look at-
No, I'm just going to look at episodes. I'm kind of have all of our episodes up for reference because I just want to see,
Sure.
everything that we've ever done. So I think probably one of the funnier things. I'm just starting. If you guys want to follow along, you can go to Spotify.com/The Vanilla Water Podcast. No,
Scroll through the episodes.
but going to the very first episode, that's when we had the really awful
Ugh.
original cup of original cup of.
Did I take that picture, or
whatever it is.
did you
I
take
took
that
the
picture?
Because I was just like, hey,
Of
I'm
the
going to take this,
of the cup of vanilla water.
and it's so
Our
bad.
cup runneth over with vanillith water.
It did. I don't know what made me think this was a good idea
I like that
whatsoever.
We should have put that on a shirt.
That's so cringy. I almost want to make the last episode that image, but I don't.
Tepid vanilla water.
I don't have it. I don't think I have it.
Oh,
anymore.
really? We got to recreate it then.
I swear. But that's one of the cups from the cap. That was the original cup of vanilla water, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I took a picture of it.
I hope to God that you only did that once.
I did. I sure did.
Okay.
Yes, it
well
is
then,
because
yeah.
it's funny. If you look at the reflection, those of you who are participating along, in the reflection of the glass for vanilla water, you could see someone's plate, and I think that you can see like a
I
back
think that's
wall.
you.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was because we made that as kind of just a.
Wow, the
Fun
first
little
episode
thing.
came out on Leap Day. Leap
Oh,
Year
wait.
Day.
We're literally. It's the 27th. We're 2 years on the dot.
Oh my gosh, that's
You
crazy.
can't even make that up. We are 2 years on the dot.
Not on the dot.
Well, the
it would have been
28th We don't have
tomorrow.
a 28th or 29th. Isn't March 1st tomorrow?
No, today's the 27th.
Oh, well, we're pretty darn close.
It was good timing.
That was great timing. Can't even make that up. That's amazing.
Wow. 2 years.
As the time of when we're recording this, it has been 2 years. Oh, that
And
makes
we
me
only have
smile. That's
69
hilarious.
episodes.
Yeah, well,
Dang pandemic.
because the dang pandemic.
Yeah.
Because there's how many weeks are in a year? 55?
52.
52. Wow. Yeah. You're right. That is
We have like we did like a year and a fifth of episodes.
Our very first episode, stop. She thought that you said her name.
A year and a fifth.
My echo dot went off. That was weird.
Strange.
Our first episode has the title, Is That a Disease? Which I went through and actually changed all of them to just be the number signs, like how it is with the rest of them.
What do you mean?
And it says
Oh,
at the
then
very
you
beginning.
did E EP?
Because I had episode then, it was like the word episode. So two
Oh,
dudes.
so you took all of that out. Oh, okay.
Sorry, Mr. Tullis. I had to yawn at some point. The two dudes get together and talk about college, the creation of vanilla water, and diseases.
You know, back then we recorded. I mean, I think this episode's only like, 33 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
But back then we recorded 2 episodes, like
At a time.
on a weekend,
We did.
just to have
Well,
them
we
ready.
just didn't have a consistent schedule with it. That's
We
why
didn't even know. We were just like, "Hey, you want to do a
We wanna
podcast?"
do
And then we
this. This
just
would be
kind of
kinda
did
fun.
it.
And then we did. And then look what it turned into.
And then it happened.
69 gruesome episodes.
Ugh.
But what is that
Gruesome.
song? I think I love my clarity with this. March 9th, what is that song? We're Back at It Again is the name
That's
of
the.
it.
That's
So
good.
simple. $1 Million Would You Rather. That one was fun.
That was about the Ryan Reynolds pushing you around in a stroller.
It was. That was funny. It's like, and I think I always put the classic of, would you rather, always feel like you're wading through water or be on the constant verge of a sneeze type of thing. You know?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, and then the 4th episode.
Are we just gonna read off the episodes?
Now I'm just looking at the significant change because this is where it changes. For Who Are You Again? Last episode. On this last episode of the season, due to the world pandemic, Ethan and Tanner talk a little about themselves. That's when we talked about like what our
Oh, we
majors
did
were
2
our
truths and a lie.
aspirations. Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
Because then it
That's right.
skips over from March 30th to October 10th, and that's when
Yeah.
we first did the Vanilla Water podcast from
Jones.
Jones. That's because
Yeah, we've
when it
had
was
3
moved.
different locations.
We have.
This
This is the final one.
Yeah.
We started with Dojo.
Dojo!
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
And then
Because you'd
the-
always peek the mics and I'd be like, why would you do that?
I won't peek it this time.
And I had no idea how to use the system in the dojo. I was just trying as hard as I can.
It's crazy.
Because somebody was like, hey, just do this. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And the Jones was much easier. That's where I learned how to do everything.
Yeah, and then we made it to the mountaintop.
Yep.
in Jones, and then transitioned over to the penthouse.
Yep. And then
Episode 50.
Episode number 10 is actually a facade. It is a small and sad update. Because that's
Yeah,
when...
we do. That's not even really an episode. It was like
Kind
what,
of.
2
And then-
minutes long.
And then we have another one somewhere that's also just a minute, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because...
No, that was the. We did the intro.
No, we
the
had another one that
introduction
was
trailer.
like... We had another one that was like, oh...
Are you sure?
What was it? Yeah. It was like, hey, we're gone. Because it was Christmas time, remember? Both you and I were sick with COVID. The Christmas. No, we weren't because that's when I recorded a
Nah,
bunch of
you
episodes.
had. Yeah, you did.
The
4
Christmas
episodes in a row or
episode, number
something like
13,
that.
I had COVID when we were doing it. Didn't even know it. Zach was there.
Yeah.
New Year's special, character camp conversations. That's always fun. Spoiler alert. Penguins and conspiracy theories. This is when we were in the game phase at this point. That's when we played the most.
We did a lot of games. We did a lot of games.
Not that
was
there's
fun.
anything wrong with games. It was just kind of tough because we're like, oh, we got to find out games at the beginning of
Yeah.
Hot Guy Summer. That was fun.
I don't even remember half of these.
31. Well, that's why it's good to look through them, guys. We're on episode 31. If you want to
Yeah.
continue with us,
I'd say, when would you say the peak of the podcast was? I guess it's hard to define because, you could look at it from a couple different. I feel like there was the summer of 2021. I feel like we had
We hit
content
it.
out
We
the
were
wazoo, but like when you got the mics for in here, like that just kind of changed the game.
it did because we didn't have to go to Jones. We could do everything here. Became
Yeah.
a lot more, just more fun.
Right. Well, it allowed for like us to be like, hey, I'm going to be a little late, and like me not be super mad.
Yep, pretty
'Cause
much.
it's like, oh,
'Cause
I'll
you
just
live down the
come
hallway.
over here and kind of set up the mics and know what to do and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it
And
was
it's also nice because like in Jones, I feel like we were constantly like
Battling somebody being there.
Someone's coming.
Yeah, and then the dudes that
You
are
know.
here are just the king of cameos, which I wish he was here.
Oh,
I
he's
don't
not
think
here.
Zach's
Gosh dang it.
Yeah,
Here,
I
I'll
wish.
do him. I'll do him real quick.
Hey, I'm Zach. I'm the king of cameos.
Hey, it's me, the king of cameos.
You did the hand motions too.
I'm here.
I love that. But
that was my
because that was
impression,
okay.
Zach.
That was episode 50. Was Welcome to the Penthouse. I
Right.
think that's when everything. I think that's when it really took off.
Everything
'Cause the
has
summer was good
changed.
because
the
that's when I-
episode before Welcome to the Penthouse is Why Do Farts Smell?
Hey man, I'll tell you one of my favorite episodes. I think it might have been Zach Ford. We hardly knew ye. Was that
Yeah.
when I bought the Captain America shield miscellaneously in the episode? One of those I did. That one was funny. That one was one of my favorites.
I don't know.
And then I love how 51. His name's not Jonathan.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good
You're
one.
right. It was episode 50 when we were in here. This is, I think it's pronounced Tupperware. Men, the Halloween episode. These games aren't boring. The Vanilla Water Potluck. That one was good.
Yeah, that one was good.
DART.
Yeah.
It's an acronym. Because see, this is where they started turning into just like funny inside jokes. Number 59, Bethany.
Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about her because she said, "I'll listen to it if it mentions me."
62, Tanner watched a movie.
That one, I think that's when we were like, all right, we're getting tired.
Yeah.
Pots and pans rattling, New Year's
Pots
special.
and Pans Rattling was good.
Christmas
The King
episode.
I got a lot of praise for the King of Cameos episode.
Really?
With me and Zach.
I
Yeah.
haven't even listened to it. I need to listen to
Yeah,
it, actually.
it's pretty good.
Is it, why was it so funny?
I don't know. It was kind of like I tried to come at it from an angle of like a Between Two Ferns type of interview, but like, oh, you're gonna play a little bit.
Came to Barrett, and then it was Katie.
Oh yeah, clip. Well, I'll eat it and
We just kind of talked about Zach.
Yeah.
it was just like
and that's probably fun just because we had never really talked about him before.
Yeah,
Adson Spaeth.
yeah. I like that one.
Everybody knows who we are. Poor Jebediah. That one was kind of funny. Henry Ford. And then really, I think really recently is when they were getting funny. Tanner says a curse
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
Ethan
We
finds
kind of
love.
got into our element here
We
at
did.
the end.
And by the way, I forgot to mention this. Episode 68, we made a transfer. We're trying to find a way to keep our podcast up without us having to pay for an RSS feed. So I had to transfer our podcast providers. And unfortunately, the scheduling for episode 68 was wrong. It's currently uploading right now, and I'll release it today, which is Sunday.
Sunday. Sorry to the Spotify and SoundCloud people that.
Well, SoundCloud got to listen to it already. It's up.
Oh, sorry for the Spotify
But
people.
the Spotify people, anybody else actually who uses it, Google, Apple Podcast.
Oh, that was an
what
interesting
the-
noise.
I just I just breathed and it burped at the same time, so it was like
You burped.
I burped. This episode will be coming out today on the 27th. Sorry, get over it. The
That's all right.
28th will be not the 28th. Next Saturday.
This upcoming Saturday,
This upcoming Saturday will
Which
be episode
is-
69.
the 5th.
The 5th.
It's already March, pretty much. That's crazy.
It is.
It's midterms week this week.
What?
Yeah. This week is midterms.
Oh, poop. Okay, well, I see why we're ending it, because I have a lot of stuff I've yet to do.
Yeah. What time we at?
We got like 4 minutes.
Okay,
till
cool,
40
cool.
minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, and so that'll come out here. Patreon subscribers, I'm going to keep episodes. I need to check some scheduling stuff. So, and I'll put the Patreon people, I'll put this in our when we talk a little bit more about it in the bonus, kind of just timing wise. We'll talk about logistics with that. So if you're a Patreon, please listen to the bonus, because it'll be kind of important when it comes to payments and how stuff's going to work from here on out.
We're still going to siphon
Take
you
your
for
money,
money.
because we're
No.
poor. No. So we'll get to that, but then we're going to try to keep it up with Anchor, guys, but just keep in mind that some stuff might change. So kind of be fluid with that. And if there's any updates, I don't know how to reach you about that, because this is it. So just kind of be fluid with what happens, and we'll let you know if anything happens.
Yeah.
But
My grandma asked me, she goes, how do I stop paying for the podcast after you guys are done? I'm
Well,
like,
that's-
I don't know.
I don't know either. Which is
Okay,
I
we'll
do
figure it
know.
out.
I do know, but I don't know. So we'll have to get to it. But I'll elaborate for that with the people in the bonus. But I think I got to admit, this was a good run.
Good run. And I've had like my dad's our number one fan.
He is.
And he was like, "Well, do you guys really have to end it?" And I'm like, it's
The point in our schedules.
I mean, honestly, like in 9 weeks, you're graduated. And you're going to be gone. And so, like, did we want to end at 78 episodes where, like, we're going to be super busy. The content's probably not going to be the best. I mean, I start at Pirates Cove this week.
Oh,
so,
you
like,
so worked
yeah.
out.
I mean, it's midterms week, and my course load's heavy and
I
stuff
agree.
like that.
Mine is
So,
too.
like, it would, I mean, what am I trying to say?
Oh, I don't know.
Always leave them one more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Leave them wanting, not
More.
not be like, oh, they should probably end this soon. And I feel like 69 is a good place to stop because
Nice.
it's funny.
It is
and
funny.
like 2 years, almost
2
on
years,
the dot.
literally close to 2 years on the dot.
Yeah.
I think we couldn't have planned that any better.
Yeah. Well, we didn't plan it.
We
but-
didn't plan it. It was ironic. We looked at it there, and
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe because you'll be here next semester, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if we really wanted to round it off, we could do an episode 70 of like next year.
At the end of my graduation.
Maybe either the end of your graduation or when I've been working for a while after the summer, and
Just
kind
put
of
it on YouTube.
Well, we can't. We'll still have Anchor because Anchor's free. So,
Oh,
knock on
true.
wood if we figure it out. But
and slamming it.
thank you. It's the same thing.
That's a running joke that you never
Nope.
heard of.
Never heard of it. But we might make it like a little episode number 70, like a little catch
We
up.
could.
review,
I mean,
something. But for the time being, this is it because of just how busy our schedules are.
Yeah.
But
What are your plans for after graduation?
find a job. I'm in the
Oh.
process of finding one.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit, or
Well, we got to wrap it up.
I mean, yeah.
Unfortunately, we could probably talk about that in the bonus. Really. But I'll give little updates and just say that I'm looking for a job in communications, specifically with ministry, and I found one local. If you guys are looking for a
Nice.
communications person with ministry, please. I have podcast experience. I have everything experience. I will help.
so you're really not looking to do any podcast type thing after this?
Probably not. I mean, it just depends because it depends on who I'm going to be around and what I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's
So-
always that. I just know back home, like, I'll probably start one.
Yeah, might as well.
Follow me at TannerScott00 to be in
swear.
the loop.
I swear.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, we just had so much fun doing this. I was like,
I
yeah.
have too.
Yeah.
That's why I want to do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to, but also I just don't know how life's going to look, type of thing.
Yeah, right.
So, because I'll probably end up selling these microphones,
Right.
just because I
Not
was
really
blessed.
worth much.
Yeah, well, they're not really worth much if you don't have two people. But I was also blessed with a really, really great microphone. You remember, I told you guys that. I was
Yeah,
blessed
yeah.
with a nice microphone from my character camp daughter, Abby. Kudos to Abby. and she gave me something that's nice, and it's meant for podcasting. It's omnidirectional. It's really great for stuff like that. So if I really want to start,
Omnidirectional.
I swear those poor people. So if I want to start something up like that, I'll probably just use that, put it on a table in the middle, and just talk to somebody. You know, make it easy.
The Ethan Miller Show.
Or if I really wanted
EMS.
to go if I really wanted to go crazy with it, I do something. But yeah, the same for you. So that's how it is. But you graduate next year, and what's your plans? Do
Next
you know yet?
semester.
Next, yeah.
Yeah. Graduate school. I kind of actually, it's funny, I actually looked at that kind of stuff. Probably going to do something in counseling. I don't know, man. I change my mind like every month or two, but it's kind of
Amen.
tough with a psychology degree. Like you kind of have to have a master's program. or a
You do,
master's
unless you want to do
degree.
social work,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you really want to do that.
That's, was that a, what are you doing?
I'm just pointing at the camera.
I don't
We
know
have
if
a
you want to do
camera.
that.
We have a camera, boys and girls. And
Yeah,
elderly
man.
women and
We really had
men.
these great ideas really towards the end.
We did. I the funniest part is, you know, okay, this is also really funny. I told you, like, our content really picked up as soon as, like, episode 50 hit. And I was looking with Anchor, I was like, why haven't we been using this? They literally have, like, polls. They have it to where, because it's tied directly with Spotify, and that's where most of our listeners are, right? And they have,
Yeah.
like, polls. They have, like, questions. You know, we could get user-generated content and make stuff based off what people said. And it's not just the Patreon subscribers. And I was like, why didn't we do that?
Well, I feel like that was also kind of special to be a patron, was like you got some sort of input to be a content creator,
I mean,
quote unquote.
Kinda. We barely did anything. With
Yeah, you're right.
So, which we have some interesting Patreon comments to go through too, because your brother has said some nice stuff.
Did he say
and-
Beano?
He didn't, but he said some nice
Oh.
stuff. So we'll read it. And I
Beano.
think your dad did. I think your dad did too.
Okay,
So.
cool. I just want to shout out my
Rachel
friends
Taylor?
Anna and Oscar. They were the two biggest supporters from back home. So
And Rachel
thanks,
Taylor
Anna.
was too.
Yeah, and Rachel Taylor.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think the biggest here in Branson, ironically, do you know Jameson Ogburn?
it
Probably-
sounds familiar.
He was here, and he's part time now, and he's
Is he married?
yes, he's married.
To,
I can't think of his wife's name, but sorry,
Adrian?
Jameson.
No,
I don't
wrong
think so.
person.
Jameson has been, he's been a pretty hefty listener of all of the podcast. Malachi Keen's been listening like crazy.
Nice.
Thank you.
Colton and Alex. Colton and Alex listen a little bit, didn't they?
Colton and Alex. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Colton and Alex. And
From
then Zach
C-
Ford listens
Christian
every
Ministry.
once in a while.
Nice. Zach Ford.
Nehemiah Carlson, I think, also listens.
Nice, yeah.
My Liz, thank you. Mr.
Yeah,
Tullis,
well, the
thank you.
patrons know that
You'll get your little special.
you'll get your little
But
bonus episode
granted,
there.
we've also want to say thank you actually publicly to everybody. Thank
Yeah,
you,
for sure.
You know, everybody, thank you for the support that you've given us with this and helping us make a dream of kind of a random idea sitting at a lunch table making gross water. Who knew that something like this would become real because
Yeah,
we were joking
honestly.
back and forth.
We should start a podcast. 2 years later, here we
It's
are.
kind of funny, and then we've been doing this consistently. I think this is probably one of I have to admit, I've had some great accomplishments, but I think this is probably one of my favorite, just because of A, consistency.
Yeah.
Shows how when you enjoy doing something, you could be consistent.
Sure.
With it. And then B, it's also just fun to see. The weirdest part is Tanner and I joke about this a lot, but it's just like we say we can't be friends because all of our stuff that we talk about we can only talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I feel like you're a good friend, and I appreciate
Thanks,
you.
man.
I appreciate you getting to do this.
Yeah. Thanks for
With me.
Thanks for buying all the equipment and knowing what to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this has been good, and hopefully Tanner and I will still be friends after this.
Oh well. Okay.
Duly noted. So I was thinking there's only one way that we can actually end this podcast episode.
You can have the
and
honors.
I will take the honors since you
have
did it the very
I
first
did,
time.
Yeah, I did.
So thank you guys. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's a
And
good run.
We'll say the last thing in the episode is we are vanilla water.